Ladies and gentlemen, how about a warm Comic-Con welcome for Mr. Jensen Ackles?
Oh, you guys are awesome. I'm all right, calm down. I'm really nervous right now. I need some assistance up here, but they're all still backstage. I love you too. So, it's been a couple of years since I was able to direct, and I'm very happy to have been able to do that again this season. I directed the first episode, which will air number 3, but the guys in post-production put together a little bit of a sizzle reel for you guys from some of the stuff that we shot. This is when we see Dean confronting Sam for the first time since he was turned into a demon.
Executive producer, Jeremy Carver. Dean, Demon Dean, Jensen Ackles. Sam Winchester himself, Jared Padalecki. The angelic Castiel, Misha Collins. And that damn Crowley, Mark Shepard. So let's get to the important stuff here. So, who's getting the car? Demon Dean or Sam?
I guess Demon Dean doesn't need to drive, huh? So.
No, Demon Dean's got the car.
That's right. Well,
But unfortunately, Demon Dean doesn't care about the car as much as regular Dean does.
How in the world? Don't touch my action figure, please. Yes.
When we were in the green room, why don't you show them? We made you.
I think it's pretty good with such short notice.
The likeness is uncanny. That's amazing. Somebody's an artist.
That's highly collectible.
That is. Yeah! It's like a portrait.
So as season 9 ended, obviously we just saw there, Dean looks a little bit more demonic than usual. How will that, Jeremy, how will that factor into upcoming and historic season 10?
How will that affect?
How would it play into season 10?
Well, I mean, obviously it has an enormous effect on the season and on the brothers, and it's part of the opening run of episodes that these boys really dig into. Sam in particular, how to rescue his brother from being a demon. And while Dean, who is a demon, sort of struggles with what exactly that means to be a demon. And as you saw up there from what Jensen directed beautifully,
Thanks, Jeremy.
Beautifully. It's very, very exciting, and I think that we're, myself and the other writers are really excited, most of all with the idea of these brothers sort of questioning who the real monster is. It's fun, and fun's the wrong word. I'm fun, okay?
Jeremy needs his computer and autocorrect, and
I don't really get out or talk to people much, no, it's great. It's exciting and very moving and emotional and
fun.
And fun, yeah.
So Jensen, Jerry got to play both possessed Sam and regular original recipe
I played
Sam.
all freaking sorts of Sams.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fun. Yeah, thank you. It's fun to use that word again. It's a real joy to see Ackles get to kind of flex those same muscles.
What's that been like, Jensen?
what's that?
What's that been like playing Demon Dean?
It's interesting because it's not, a lot of times on our show, demons come in and they possess a meat suit, as we lovingly call them. And it's not like that because this is actually Dean's soul that is twisted. And so it was interesting trying to make it a different character, but at the same time still be the same character, just completely messed up and twisted and demonic. And so it wasn't, so it was a bit challenging, especially introducing that character for the first time while also directing was a bit of a challenge.
Who's worse to direct, Demon Dean or regular Dean?
Well, in this particular episode, Demon Dean was a little easier because he was tied up most of the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Misha, obviously when we last saw you too, you had your own problems to deal with.
Are you talking about my character or me personally?
Your character. You can speak to yourself.
Last time I saw you at Comic-Con last year, you had some serious problems too. I'm not talking about that in front of these people.
When the first season or the premiere episode of this season shows up, what's Castiel's mindset going to be?
Castiel's grace is fading. He's getting weaker and less.
Less strong.
Less strong.
Less fun.
Less fun. A lot less fun. But I think that early on in the season, sort of the most important thing for Castiel, stop making our dolls mate. It's highbrow stuff that we bring to you here.
It's like a regular TED Talk.
Can we just wait it out? Will it end?
He can give you a whole hour of this stuff.
Yeah.
He's a trained puppeteer. Castiel is concerned about trying to help get Dean patched up again, more so than he is about recovering his own powers. So, but he is fading. He's fading.
And Mark, other than being a master puppeteer over there, congratulations on becoming a series regular.
On what show?
Gilmore Girls.
Great show. My dad was on Gilmore Girls.
Was he?
Yeah. He played the guy you never saw, the elder with the
That's right.
towel over his head.
That's right.
His voice.
That's right.
How cool. What?
Wait, I have stuff on my face.
You guys have got dolls. I don't have a doll. That's so uncool.
I have stuff on my face.
Sorry, what was the question?
What is the relationship between Demon Dean and Crowley going to be? It seems like Crowley's just. I mean, that's right up Crowley's alley. He's having a little buddy now.
What, up his alley?
That's the part I was actually getting a little scared of, was the right up his alley bit that you just put in there. But, sorry. I think, well, I mean, nobody's ever going to believe that Crowley didn't know what was going to happen, right? So I think we have to see whether Crowley has any control at all, or whether Crowley's in charge, or what that is. I don't even think we'll have any idea of that until we see the first 3 or 4 seasons to come.
And there is a historic 200th episode coming up. I hear they're singing.
I'll take a side note really fast. Thank you for saying ahistoric, because when people say an historic, it rattles my nerves a little bit. So here's for ahistoric.
He does that
I
to
think
me
that
all the time. He does it to me every day. Apart from picking me up and shaking me, he does it to me every day. No,
That was
ahistoric.
good. I mean it like that. That meant a lot to me.
What about ah?
No. It's ahistoric, not anhistoric. Oh, sorry. See you later, guys.
For all you English teachers out there, Jared Padalecki.
Anyway, I hear there's singing involved.
Yeah, we've been describing the episode as musical-ish.
What?
Musical-ish. It's very much Supernatural's own spin on
Yeah, big hair bands. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, beyond the songs, it's very much what we consider to be a love letter to the fans. So I think you'll be excited.
Well, technically, the season opener, there's singing and music involved.
Oh, that's right.
As well.
Yeah.
Technically, there is. There's a lot of singing and music this year. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And a little rump shaking.
And a little rump shake.
Yeah.
Apparently, Demon Dean likes to karaoke. Or does he? I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
What about the triplets?
What do you think?
Next question.
Jeremy, you mentioned 10 years, and I think most of these people out here have watched every episode at least once of this show. Jensen and Jared, what was that first, doing that pilot episode, what was that like? Take us back 10 years.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that far back.
It was wild. People have actually asked, because now we've made it so far, thanks to you guys. And before we kind of go into this, we wanted to kind of say thanks to you guys. I know, hopefully you guys know how much you mean to us, but we try to make sure we tell you guys whenever we see you how truly and legitimately and literally we would not exist and be here if it weren't for you. So thank y'all very much. We need to give you a Well, we appreciate that. But as far as filming the first episode, the pilot, God, I mean, it was 9.5 years ago. And I think we knew we were onto something. I think we knew we had something. I remember Jensen and I looking at each other and saying, dude, like we might get picked up to do a season or something. Like, this is cool. Really, yeah. Except it was really high pitched because we were like 19 years old. And here we are. And it's pretty outrageous. It's a lot of fun, to borrow Jeremy's word. And it's humbling. I had the opportunity yesterday, so I went to see my buddy at Nerd HQ, Zach Levi. And then I walked home and I got to see some people sleeping outside of a building. And I was did I see any of you guys? Or is it? And it was so cool. The first thing I said is I was like, get a room. And someone looked at me like, shut, oh my God! And so it was a neat experience and to feel, and I think out of the corner of my eye, I saw people waking up like, who the hell is, hey baby, get up. Don't touch me, get up. Don't touch me. That was awesome. I love that. I hope I can do that every year from here on out. That was fun to be a part of the excitement and the craziness and the sleeping bags. Lots of sleeping bags. And it was all very healthy, clean fun. I was pretty excited. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like a hippie commune. I was like, it's gonna be like
dirty needles all over the ground. Yeah.
Like the smell of patchouli. It was all just good, clean fun. Anyways, so that experience as the bookend, like talking about the pilot and talking about kind of where we are now, literally last night or this morning at 2 a.m., and everything in between has been awesome and humbling and great to be a part of. So thanks, guys.
Misha,
I was just going to add a little something to that. It's amazing looking at the photos of you guys from season 1 because you were children. I mean, you've grown up
Big
on the
children.
show, which is an amazing thing. Like this is literally
A third of our life.
your entire adult life. You know that you've spent.
You say adult as if we're adults.
I mean that in the legal sense, obviously. Emotionally, you're very
like
immature.
you guys were Boyhood before Richard Linklater did Boyhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
Look at that. Maybe he got
It's
the
really been wonderful.
That's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And at the same time, we are getting to meet another generation of fans now who were, you know, there are 16, 17-year-olds who are now watching the show who were 6 and 7 and too young. By the way, if you have 6 and 7-year-olds, don't have them watch Supernatural. They're too young.
No. Have them.
But
Someone's getting fired.
but that's an amazing thing. It's amazing to be a part of something that is actually spanning generations. So.
We went out to eat as a cast last night, and we had our waiter came up, big handsome dude, seemed to be after college. He's like, hey, I gotta say, I've been watching y'all since I was a kid.
No. He said, hey, I just gotta say, my brothers and I, we grew up watching your show.
Yeah, and this is a grown man talking to us.
Watching our show. How old are you? He's like, I'm 22. I'm like, get away from me, you man-child.
Do you have any idea how insulting this conversation is to me?
We grew up, he grew old.
They have no tact and no kindness left in them at all.
But to bring it back, I think the pilot, from our perspective, we look back on that, we're like, amazing. It's humbling, the fact that that's, it was this little kind of show with a network that was about to merge with another network, and there was a whole bunch of stuff going on, and we just kind of kept our heads down, and we're like, maybe we don't make too much noise, they'll keep us on the air. And we just kept the music up and the car tuned up and kept us going, and here we are, season 10, so thank you.
Misha, your pal William Shatner's taken the live tweeting Supernatural episodes.
Yes.
Now, would you like to get him on an episode? Guest star?
On Supernatural?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be great. I mean, obviously, he'd have to audition with everyone else.
Actually, harder than anyone else. So mean.
Somebody please tweet that to Bill.
Mark, now that you're a serious regular, we're going to see hopefully a lot more of you in Crowley.
From our perspective also, y'all can't see under this table, but we're currently looking at a lot more of him. He doesn't like to wear pants when being interviewed, so they're on the floor. Take it off! Someone just said take it off.
What are we gonna learn about Crowley? A little bit, maybe in the first few episodes.
First few episodes? Am I in the first few episodes?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah, you were there.
I'm not dead yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Oh, okay. What am I going to learn?
Yeah, or what are we gonna learn about Crowley?
You're going to learn about Crowley?
Yeah.
Well, what is there left to learn? You have to understand that Crowley is always right. The world revolves around Crowley, as do most of the other worlds revolve around Crowley. It's just the way it is. You'll catch up eventually.
The proverbial.
And Jensen, it's interesting to watch Dean over the course of 10 years because obviously there's the relationship with Sam, but then there's been the bromance with Castiel. There's the the bromance with Crowley. What is it about your character, or how you play that character, that makes him so kind of, easily picked up by other people and just kind of making dynamic duos with other characters?
Everybody wants a piece of Dean. That's just... He's just the guy to have around if you're in a jam.
Or if you want a jam.
Or if you want...
You know the difference?
I like Demon Dean. I think Demon Dean's
You
really
like
cool.
Demon Dean?
I love
Like
Demon Dean.
Dean. It was your idea.
Yeah. Demon Dean's the best thing that's happened to me. Sorry.
But the interesting thing with Demon Dean and Crowley is at some point, Crowley's going to be like, this was a bad idea. And I don't know why the bromancing or even the romancing with the ladies is kind of always falls in Dean's court, but
it's in my contract.
But I think it's great because it's otherwise I'd just be working with him all day and
I have an opinion, actually. I think, why was that funny? Come on, no, I do have an opinion. I think, going back to your earlier question about the pilot, sort of the way the show was set up from its inception was, Sam very much wanted to be a homebody. He had a girlfriend, he wanted to go to school, he wanted to college, and Dean was the Han Solo, swashbuckling, rambling man, kind of all over the place. And so I think that lends itself to, like you've said, he's a traveler, he's a wanderer, and that difference between Sam at his core and Dean at his core is, I think, a lot what kind of drove Supernatural in the first couple seasons and what still kind of echoes in our current seasons. So I think that's one of the reasons why Dean seems to have more relationships outside of Sam than Sam does outside of Dean. And I think that's the nature of, he's on the road, he showed up at Sam's dorm room. Sam's going, I haven't seen you in years, what in the world? But he's got his car and that's all he wants, and he meets people in towns, and Sam, and that sort of juxtaposition is what put us where we are.
Well, and you've spent obviously, this 10th season as Sam now, and you've gone to hell and back with this character.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
We every now and again we have, sorry to interrupt, every now and again we have people on the show, guest stars they're like, I'm so excited to do the show, I've been auditioning for 7 years, I'm really happy to be a part of the show, I'm so excited, but I die. And we're like, don't worry, that means you're gonna come back. We joke that you're more likely to come back in Supernatural if you die than if you live. Greek Kevin? He did come back. Who? That'd be cool. Oh, sorry, but yes, no, Sam has been to hell. Sam has been to hell and back. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Sam has been to hell and back, and I'm blaming Carver for that word fun. It's been an amazing run to get to explore those sides of Sam and those sides of Supernatural, and have the fans' forgiveness, I guess, and loyalty to let us do that and to have fun with us. And touching back on episode 200, I think it's wonderful to have the opportunity to kind of thank you guys on screen. We sort of did it in the real Ghostbusters, but we get to do it more thoroughly now, and that's awesome. Hey, who was the first person in line? Were you actually? Awesome.
They were the only ones to raise their hand. I'm guessing it was probably them.
Give them heads.
Okay, and who was the last person in line?
Oh,
yeah. Who was the last person in line for?
Just my only friend.
I think you guys might have some questions. Maybe
Yeah, just give them all to the first people in line there.
Yeah. And there's also someone in the first ADA line. That's what yeah, perfect. Awesome.
That's cool.
Awesome. You got it, guys. Thank y'all.
Whoa. Look at that. That's amazing.
That's awesome. Do y'all see that?
Another
Oh my God.
That's a good special effect.
Beat that.
That is very impressive.
Beat that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think we early on with Castiel, we talked about doing something like that. Production said it was too expensive.
Yeah, it was a little much. Yeah.
I don't get it. Who did you come as?
I came as Dean.
How many?
Great costume.
How many animals did you kill to get them?
Several thousand.
Several thousand. Okay, but who's counting?
Yeah. Anyway, I have a question for Misha.
No. What?
Why?
I know.
Anyway, my question is for Jim.
My question is.
My question was, since your character is largely based off of John Constantine from Hellblazer, I was wondering, since NBC is coming out with the new show Constantine, if your character will change at all, or if you would consider your own spin-off show.
I think what I'm trying to do right now is put together a little cease and desist package for those guys, because I really feel like there's too much overlap between Castiel's look and Constantine's look. Now, granted, we did plagiarize the look from the original Constantine.
So it's circular.
But I think we get like squatters' rights now. It's ours now. I'm not an attorney, but I think this is sound logic.
Yeah. It's like common law now.
It's common law.
It's common law ownership.
It's our wardrobe.
Did y'all hear about the new movie Constipation? It hasn't come out yet. Still got it. Still got it.
For 10 years, I've listened to those jokes. And they're still not funny.
Sorry.
There was more to your question. I don't think I answered the whole thing.
No, you didn't.
What was the rest of it?
Spin-off? Would you consider...
What? There was this question about spin-off? I missed that entirely. Yeah. Great. I mean, I think
Sure.
that... I think that, you know, there's talk of a spin-off, a supernatural spin-off. Personally, I think the strongest move would be to make it a very Sam and Dean centric.
So we just stay on.
And just leave me behind to take care of Supernatural.
Hey.
With Mark, we could finish out the last 10 seasons of Supernatural alone.
Would you play my butler?
That is really well put together. Well done on the wings, by the way.
Yeah,
that's rad.
all. Thanks.
Good job. I'm waiting for somebody to come dressed like this.
What is that outfit?
That'd be great.
What is that? Will y'all put the camera closer? Because I want to... No, not me.
Yeah, he needs a close-up.
Do you have wings that come out of your costume?
Does it talk?
Does it talk?
This is going to be a really strange question.
Man, come on.
It's part human.
It's not talking.
All right.
Yeah.
Someone can make any noise through that thing. Jared,
He's alive.
Jared Jensen.
Y'all want him? Y'all got him.
I love you, Jensen. I love you, Jared. I love you, Misha. I love you, Mark. But you are all very beautiful. But this question is for Jeremy. So when is Kevin coming back?
Not to put you on the spot now, never.
I understand.
I carry a little piece of Kevin with me at all times.
That's why I love you, Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, Osric Chow.
Nice to see you guys.
Hey, Oz, is this, are these your pajamas? What exactly?
No, it's a video game called Journey. It's a very beautiful game. It has a wonderful soundtrack. You should try it.
You could have saved a lot of...
won't, but...
You could have saved a lot of time and effort by dressing up as Kevin Tran. Just saying.
I have 3 of those prepared.
And you're a spitting image, too. It would have been really...
Be awesome.
In retrospect, that would have been a great idea. This is the first time I've seen it. It looks really good. Anyways, thanks, guys. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, buddy. Tights. He's got tights and
Master
everything.
Chow.
Tights and everything. Amazing.
We will never forget.
Hi, good morning.
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 I don't have wings either. I lost my grace.
It's all right.
So there was an episode in season 9 where Sam and Dean join a chastity group. It's a really good episode. And after a certain scene with Dean, Sam makes a comment after figuring things out that Dean crossed something or someone off of his bucket list. And since so many characters die on this show pretty much every season, if your characters, all of you, if you had a bucket list, what would be on it?
Oh, God. If the characters had a bucket list? Oh, my bucket list is outrageous. My bucket list is 10 more Hall H's at Comic-Con. I'm in.
What'd I do?
Your bucket list.
My bucket list? Try not to die in season 10.
Good luck.
Well, that directly conflicts with Jensen's bucket list, which is kill Mark Shepard as soon as possible. Not Crowley, but Mark Shepard.
I'm talking to my friend, don't worry.
Does Castiel have a bucket list?
I really don't think he does. But maybe I should defer to you on this, Jeremy. I.e.,
I think Castiel this season, number one, there's the search for Dean and there's staying alive.
yeah.
Right?
Bucket list for Cass is staying alive. It's very simple.
Things do before I die.
So the bucket list is don't kick the bucket.
Don't ever get to the point where you... Yeah.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Who did you come as?
Costume didn't really work out. I kind of gave up.
I like that you had to check your
deadpan
wardrobe first.
Yeah, didn't work out.
It's supposed to be Crowley.
That was thank you. Why is he supposed to be me? That wasn't
Genius.
Okay, I was wondering whether we can expect any female series regulars in the future.
Yeah, where's Felicia? Oh, that's right. Geek and Sense.
Not to get technical, but series regular is sort of like a technical term in terms of, but you can expect a very healthy dose of new and returning, very strong, very powerful female characters this season. So.
If I'm not stepping over my boundaries here, and hopefully I'm not saying anything I'm not supposed to, but I think the network and studio both agreed that Crowley is ambiguous enough that he could be a she. So.
I'm good with that.
Thank you. Now, what is that? Which costume is that? Yes.
My shirt's kind of see-through, so. Yeah.
So that's just her blanket.
Yeah.
That's great. So you went to all the trouble of getting ready and getting dressed and then stand up in front of 6,000
Getting dressed, you have
people.
time to pack a blanket, but not the time to see that you have a see-through shirt. Blanket, check. Shirt, not gonna worry about it just yet.
So my question is, what are the physical challenges you had to face when going through a fight sequence? Just like in any episode.
What are the physical challenges? Not getting hurt.
Yeah. They're a lot more time intensive than you realize. And if there's a sequence, say when we did like Ghost Facers, or when there's something that the awesome. So those fight sequences are much easier to film because it takes place via one camera as opposed to like if it's a fight on a security camera, then you only really have to do the fight once because you only see it from the security footage. But if you're doing a fight scene that's covered at the wazoo, then a 10, 15-second fight scene can take 12 hours to shoot. And you're doing it over and over and over and over again, and you're sweating and you're nasty and you're tired and yeah.
That's the same with the love scenes though, right?
It's getting warm in here.
Jared.
May I borrow your shirt?
But that's the same as the love scenes, right? They can
same as the love scenes.
Same as
the
the love
security
scenes.
footage love scenes are much better.
Speaking of fights, it just reminded me that this past week on Tuesday, Dean, this is all Demon Dean, fought and killed a guy. On Wednesday, beat a guy close to death. And then on Thursday, beat a guy and then also killed another guy.
And what he's failing to mention is that Jensen wasn't on set any of those days. This is Demon Dean.
Stunt double.
Yeah. This is method acting.
No, actually, no stunt doubles were needed, and it was. I was like, this is awesome. I was having a great week because all my anger and frustrations got taken out on set. The stunt guys were a little upset. That one guy was 6 months, brand new to the stunt thing, literally fresh off the boat. He was from England. His name was Stu. And he'd just gotten to Vancouver like 6 months ago, and this was his first gig. And I kid you not, I propellered him like off his feet and into a full shelving unit. And then he landed on his head, and I pick him up and then just start beating the tar out of him. And he took
cut.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah. And he took it like a champ. He got up and he's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, oh my gosh, man, are you okay?
This is how we do in Canada. The stunt guys are amazing. I mean, they take some of the hits that those guys have taken are unbelievable, and they always bounce back up. I mean, it's pretty much there can be bones sticking out of their leg, and they're like, yeah, I'm good. You want to go again?
Yeah. I've always had this. Let's go again. Jeez.
But anyway, you were asking about the physical toll. Luckily, we have those guys that if there's anything truly heavily dangerous or demanding, then they are kind of required to take over for us so that we don't injure ourselves like some people do when they're doing stunts. But for the most part, he and I try and do as much as they will let us do, which is a significant amount. And it's, go home with bumps and bruises and sore muscles the next day, but it's all kind of part of it.
Thank you.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Who'd you come as?
We were gonna do a costume, but that girl in the blanket was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. So
I'm just gonna go with a see-through shirt.
Yeah.
It's working for me today.
It's contagious.
She's a real wet blanket, isn't
Straight under the bus.
Okay, so my question.
Wow, that was cold. That was really cold.
Sorry, I'm like.
One perfect tear.
Okay, so my question is, I know you guys, obviously you have.
That's not a question.
Are you gonna let me ask my question?
No.
Listen, this is my 6th season. This is my 6th season, and I still can't get an answer out of him.
Right.
Well, my question is, I know you guys. It's not a question.
I was gonna finish.
All right, let's hear it.
I was just wondering if any of you did any pranks this season, because I know you guys like to do that sometimes. Sorry.
I don't think we had a chance yet. We're still just what?
I was a little not concerned. Concerned is the wrong word. But
aware.
No, it was just there was a part of me that thought that Misha might try to do something to me while I was directing. And then I was like, he's not that dumb.
You know what? I apologize. I really did drop the ball on that.
Yeah.
I'll get you.
It's too late, man. I'm done directing.
That's all right. Just because you're not directing doesn't mean you can't be screwed over.
I don't want to be between this.
So to answer your question, no. I mean, we're only an episode and a half into the season, so give it time. It'll happen.
Maybe in 4 or 5 months.
And now Mark's around a lot more, so ole.
Do your wings telescope? Do your wings do the thing?
No, they don't move. But
That's all right. They're still cool. They're still cool. That worked. That worked.
Who did you come as?
Okay, so my question is for Jensen, Jared, Misha, and Mark. If your characters have...
That's lucky.
So everybody but Jeremy.
Well, sorry. So if your characters had dating profiles, what would they say?
Sam's would be really difficult. It'd be like Sam Winchester, tall, floppy hair. All past girlfriends have died horribly.
And tall.
Tall.
Again, twice.
Call if you're interested. But be prepared to sign an affidavit.
I think Castiel's would have to say something about his disrespect for people's personal space, in full disclosure, because I think that could be a real turn off on a first date, you know? So, tell me about yourself.
You should be something like a disclaimer being like, if I look away, it's not because I'm not interested. He's always... Dean's would be rolling through town, no strings attached, interested. Similar to my personal one. It's
must love dogs.
Must love dogs. That's evil. That's bad. I know what mine would be. Hello, girls. Or, hello, boys. Love you too.
Thank you.
That was a little deep for my liking, but I'll take all the love I can get. Jeremy, what would you write? What would your dating profile be? Come on, you have to do it.
I wasn't asked, Mark.
No, I'm asking you now.
Will you please ask Jeremy what his dating profile is?
Ask him.
No, I think her time is up. And,
Jeremy, what would their dating profile be?
No.
His dating profile.
Or yours.
well, I'm really glad you asked. But, I don't know. I don't have booty will travel. I don't know.
Booty will travel.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
That's why he writes.
It's great.
It's... Hi.
Hold on, I feel a kiss coming on.
That's awesome.
I feel a kiss coming on, definitely.
You know, I know it's not real, and I still have beard envy.
Amen.
Hi, everyone.
Your voice is much higher than Jim Beaver's.
Hello, boys.
Hello, boy. Idiots.
You idiots. I was wondering, how have your beliefs changed since before you started Supernatural and after? Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
You reckon?
That was spot on.
Thank you, sir. Regarding supernatural activities.
Okay. Because of the show, you mean?
Yes.
You know what? I've actually become, strangely, I don't know if it's a product of growing older or whatever, but I've actually grown sort of less fond of the supernatural.
Less fond of, or less?
You like the show less?
No. Less,
You're fired too.
Less likely to.
Who's this Les Fonda guy?
Les Fonda. No, it's talking about Les, my buddy Les. No, I mean,
Les. Playing the role of Sam Winchester in season 10. Let's bring him out.
Yeah, right.
I mean, less willing to believe that there is supernatural out there, if that makes any sense. I feel like we've done so much. Maybe the ghosts have seen our show and they just stay away from us. But I've been waiting. I think since the show started filming, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to really pay attention to see if something crazy and paranormal supernatural happens so I can tell everybody. And nothing's happened. So, one perfect year.
I've always kind of said since the beginning that I'm more of a realist when it comes to things that go bump in the night. That I assume that it's a window and not a ghost. But now, after being on the show for 10 years, it better not be a ghost because I'm going to kill it. So I think it's kind of a false sense of security that I've been given through playing Dean Winchester for 9 seasons is that, yeah, it's like, you know, it's like, no, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV, so let me suture you up. It's kind of like that.
Which brings back to the last question about dating profiles, because like, Jeremy Carver, let's go bump in the night. That's his dating profile. What? Because he writes stuff about things that go bump in the night. Wow. Did you hear about the new movie Constipation?
There you go. See, you bring it back, now it's funny. Thanks.
Thank you.
I think we got time for one last question.
Well, we'll have to do this again next year, right? Worth a shot.
So, first of all, Jared, I need to tell you, my sister and I are like long-time fans of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, you hear that?
We have like a continuous
What a great
loop
last
at our
question
house.
for the Supernatural panel. Let's talk about Gilmore Girls.
The original
in
Dean.
fact, Mark, I know exactly the scene your dad is in. It's when Luke is trying to get the Twickham house from Kirk.
It's my dad. That's awesome.
So my question is, compared to something like that, Supernatural is a much more masculine show. Do you find that you guys have been like typecast as manly men now? Does that affect the kinds of roles?
Well, that's a great question. I think you know what I personally find is that though it is more masculine and that the leads are guys instead of girls, essentially. It's still about the vulnerability that's common to both sexes. You know what I mean? Like it's not about being girly or manly. It's more about just these human beings more than they're guys or they're girls who are going through life. And I think I've cried a lot more on Supernatural than I ever did on Gilmore Girls. And I think that Jensen can say the same. Though he did a lot of crying on Days of Our Lives.
And that was off camera.
That was off camera. But that's one of the great things about Supernatural, about the show, to kind of bring it back, is that under this guise of 2 guys going out and being badass and an angel and yada yada.
Yada yada?
I was hoping you caught on to that. No, but there's still a lot of vulnerability. There's still a lot of emotion, which is nice to have you guys allow us to do.
Thanks for coming, Hall H. I think there might be one more special surprise.
Is there?
Oh, yes. Please enjoy the gag reel.
Yes.
It's coming on right now. Before we do that, I just want to say thank you guys. We love y'all. We love coming here. This is a highlight of our year. I'm going to stand up. You guys are awesome. It truly is a treat for us, and we hope that you continue to stay with us season after season. Look at you guys all the way back there. There's about 40% of you that are like, I thought this was the Game of Thrones panel. And for that, we're sorry, but for the rest of you, we thank you and we love you, and have a good year.